Hello, beautiful ones. I am actually excited to talk and to start sharing with you about this next chapter, basically, in my experience, on my mission, because I wanted to combine mission and money, because these two are pretty important for people like us. And let's start, for those of you who do not know me, with a little introduction, so you have a little backstory of who I am and how I get to be where I am. So I was a social worker, so that was what I was. And I had an income of about 2,000 euros a month, and I enjoyed being a social worker. I was very good at it. I loved being a social worker. So I loved being with people all along. Then I went through a divorce, and that was actually for me the moment that I felt I really wanted to impact the world, to impact my life, and to live my life in a way that would be inspiring to my daughters. So that was the biggest key. I wanted to be this big inspiration for my daughters. And when I look back, I wasn't really previously. I was just living the human life, and I felt this yearning, this calling, like there's more. And I wanted more in everything. I've always been a person, like my mom would say, like, you have to choose. I'm like, I don't want to choose. I want to have a big family, like I have 4 children. I want to impact and have a global brand. I want to be healthy and fit. I want to be wealthy and free. I want it all. I don't want to choose. No. And so if you're like me, this is a good day for you. This is going to be an amazing day because you get to have it all. Maybe not all simultaneously, but you can get it all, and you can get it fast. Because in 2015, that was the moment I went through a divorce. That was a moment where everything collapsed and I was literally devastated. That was the situation I was in. But I was, however, a strong person within. I was resilient, and I wanted to succeed in life on all levels. And for me, love has always been the #1 key element. The love for my daughter is actually the thing that catapulted me into the mission. The love for what I do is actually what continues me. So I want you to get this thing that what you love is the most important, because I want you to relax into the conversation of money, because the truth is what I love counts most. I had the other day a conversation with my sister, and sometimes we follow other people, and she's like, I can't look at this person anymore. I'm like, why not? She said, it's so empty. What I see on social media feels empty. Now, I am raised in a family where things didn't really matter. So I'm not raised with things. I had to learn to love the things in the physical world. I'm raised in a family where love would be a thing. It doesn't matter what's happening, but love is a thing. And I realized that was actually a great foundation for my life. And it is a great foundation for your mission. It's a great foundation for running a business. If you do not love it, it's not destined to be yours. You don't need to do it. Okay. For a long time, I thought I had to jump through all the hoops and do the things and serve the people and all the people, because I could help everyone, until I realized I get to do what I love most. So when we talk about your mission, it's that you get to do what you love most. Now, fast forward, I did a program, and this is something I teach people. Okay, so if you want to learn how to do it, I can teach it to you, okay? It's where I didn't have an audience. And with my kind of work, I didn't see myself in the north of the Netherlands, assisting people in physical form, because I wouldn't get, maybe I'm lucky I find 2 or 3, but I felt called into global. I felt called into the world. I didn't feel called into, I never understood how to make that thing work. So I was called into this. So I learned how to create an audience, which is something I can teach you, okay? No hard work. It's actually just doing the steps. And then if you do that, you actually can build an audience like you watching me on that, what you love, whether it is spirituality, whether it is health, whether it is business, whether it is sensuality, whether it is writing, it doesn't matter what it is, whatever is your thing. Okay, some people in my space think they only need to do spirituality, and in the reality, they're great at doing something else and then blending the spiritual parts into that thing. So think about it. What are you really great at? As a child, I loved people, always. People were magnetized towards me as a little child already. It's true. Like, I would harmonize the whole class. I would harmonize, it's true, the whole gym, like I was a gymnast, like I would harmonize the thing. I would be bold and I would do the thing. So if you look back, a lot of it is what you just naturally already do. It's not that you need to learn something very, very complex. You don't. You actually get to be where you are, and that is enough. You don't need to have all of these things, because the truth on a mission is women on a mission stay on their mission. It doesn't stop. It's not, oh, now I hit over €1 million. Now I'm not going to walk. I'm even walking more fiercely than ever before. I can tell you that, because it's not about the money. But we will talk about the money, okay? So don't worry. Because when it's not there, you're like, but it is actually about the money. The truth is, it's not. And we will dive into that. So I learned to create this audience, and then I had these people and I didn't have a clue what to do with them. Like, I'm good with people, but I'm not a salesperson. And that is with women on a mission, especially the spiritual one, usually the missing component. We're like, I'm great at healing people. I'm great at like doing all this magical stuff. I just do not have a clue how to get paid for it. And on top of that, I actually feel really guilty. And if I don't feel guilty, people actually make me feel guilty because I should do it for free. Do you know how often I've heard that? I'm like, yeah, they're actually rebuilding my home. They're not doing this for free, do they? No, when I go to the grocery store, they're actually also not doing it for free. So there's a lot where I felt like just before I started, I'm like, I feel inspired to, in my lifetime, assist 1,000 women to walk their mission and to become abundantly wealthy in all levels. Free, liberated. Like, imagine that. That feels exciting to me. If I still have 40, 50 years to go and I can make that happen, I'm all in. So I'm expanding what I want to create. I don't just want to teach you how you channel, how you connect with who you are, although I love it. I love it more than anything. And I also want to show you how can you actually bring your gifts into fruition, and how can you actually monetize this, and how can you create this wonderful relationship with yourself, with the people, with your mission, with your path, with the money, with all the elements, with your team, right? It's all important, and it's all created on love. Do not forget, if you go too much into strategy, people tend to forget that it's all about the love you feel, the passion you feel, the excitement you feel. And I get, if you do not get the results, that it can be really hard to stay passionate, to stay like confident, to stay like it can also happen to me. Because I promise you, when I was 20, I already had ideas about setting up a business, and everything failed. Everything I tried failed. Like literally, like, and I'm like, I'm born for something. I could feel it. But I tried the logical things. I tried the things which were clearly not my divine gifts. So after that, I learned to love money. First, I learned to not love, I don't say love, not to be terrified anymore. Okay, that was the better like description. That was like 2018, okay, 2009, not to be terrified anymore, to be okay with actually receiving money for what I did, to not feel uncomfortable as if I was taking from someone. I had all these like really weird things. Like I felt very comfortable giving, that's what I did abundantly, and then receiving. So I learned to literally be okay with that. And so that resulted in that in 2019, I literally started, like after my baby was born, I started to say, okay, this is my business. Now, I didn't start the business without having a back door. The truth is, I was working next to my job and birthing this fourth baby and moving and going through IVF, because that was the situation. A lot of people are not willing to do that. A lot of people are not willing to do it. They're like, I'm in IVF, I can't do this. Well, if you know how I respond to hormones, it's magic that it still worked. But I was committed because I was operating from passion and love. I just, it was the only way. I closed the back door. If this is not going to work, I could feel that this is it. Now is the time. So I started literally walking on that path and continuing, whether it was easy or not. A lot of people would say with 4 small children, it's not very easy to do this. So I woke up at 5 a.m. I did my thing. I went to my job. I took care of I did all the things. Okay, that was how I started. Why? Because I feel with money, if you don't have it into place and you try to step into your mission, it's a problem. So I feel for people like us, we have a very sensitive nervous system. If I think I need to make money every hour of the day, I can't function. I can function and operate when I'm passionate, when I feel liberated. So what I did was I had my job and I was actually working next to it in my business, exploring it, learning to love and learning to receive money and creating programs and doing all the things, like getting really understanding how it works. And I was saving. So I had money. And then I said, job, I want to quit, but I want to have the guarantee. And they said, of course, that I can come back if it fails. So I had enough money for a year. And so can you understand how that works? When I had people on the phone, it wasn't like, you need to come to my program because otherwise I will have a problem. That is a lot of the time how we operate. We have someone in front of us and now they need to be the one who saves our stuff around money. That's never going to work. So if you're in the crutch like that, I would say get a cleaning job. I honestly, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. Get yourself out of that energy, because that energy is a problem when you work with people because they feel it and you feel it and it doesn't feel good. But when you are excited about what you bring to the world and you have an audience, and if you don't have it, I can teach you that. So don't worry. It's not about getting clients, getting an audience. You might say, but I don't have them. Well, I can teach you that. So that's not the problem. Imagine you have them. Okay. Imagine you have them. So if you have them, now it's a lot about how can I stay in tune with who I am, with my gifts, and how can I give freely and from a place of excitement and passion and not from need and greed. Okay? Need and greed, very low frequency kind of thing. And I felt it, because when you're fearful, that starts to kind of come, if I don't get it. When I started to build a bigger business, meaning a team, now I suddenly had to earn a whole lot more money in order to kind of get the thing. So what starts to happen is it's the same formula in whatever, how big the business, it doesn't matter, because you will go through a next ceiling and a next and a next. So there's no end. So this mechanism is something where you need to be willing to do it for the sake and the love of doing it. Are you willing to run programs for 2 people? Are you willing to be all in? Are you really willing to do what it takes? Like me, waking up every morning. I love it, by the way, so it's not a problem. 5 days a week. A lot of the people will say, I'm get to live my mission, get to create in the morning, instant inspiration, instant connection. How good is my life? And so there's something different in building a business, which is your mission, and you being the portal of wealth, meaning you feel wealthy. This has nothing to do with money, by the way. You feel free, you feel rich in love, you feel rich in expression, you feel excited. Because there will be a lot of moments in the journey that you're like, I think I want to quit. Someone says really bad things to me. Someone is not holding their part of the agreement. I put everything in this person, da, 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 da. Those are all learning lessons. When I look at myself now, I clean it up. When people do not fit me, I nicely release them with love, not, no. I'm just going to be very honest. I don't think this container is a match for you because I want to have a high frequency in my containers. And so if I would just for the sake of money, I just refunded someone with a lot of love and respect, I will tell them, this might be a better fit. I'm not the one. I have a beautiful Gabriella here who's all about the sun seeds. And we got an email. Can you share more about sun seeds? I'm like, because I shared about it in email. I said, go to her. She's the specialist. I could say, oh yeah, I can do this. No, I stay in my own lane. So there's a lot of maturity, but if you look at it, it's all love. It's all leadership. And then it's doing what you absolutely adore and being willing to go all in, being willing to do what it takes for you. So for me, it takes, I'm 3 months off of the year. Okay. I do not work in school holidays. That was my instant. It took me a while to be able to hold that because I felt I had to work hard. I had to at least work through during all the school holidays because otherwise, the money. So I had to work through all of these things. And now I'm at a place where I hold my agreement to myself, to my mission, because I have multiple ones. I also have 4 beautiful children. They are also part of my mission. So I feel combining the mission with money is a way to liberate ourselves, is a way to liberate our families, is a way to liberate our friends. I just borrowed like a lot of money to a friend so that he could like buy a home, and now we already returned it. Like it's a lot. It gives you freedom. It gives you freedom to help a lot of people. And so if people like us, the ones with a lot of light, change their occupation and reception when it comes down to money, things start to change. And you might think, oh, but she gets every email she writes, every offer she makes. I hear a lot like, it sounds all amazing. It is all amazing. I promise you that. All my programs are amazing because I will not put anything out there which is not. But then people think people just walk in. Of course they don't. You might think that. Of course they don't. They eventually, if I share enough about it and they feel it's a match, they come. It's not up to me to decide who joins which experience. It's up to the other person who's at the other side to stand in their power and make a choice out of alignment and power and desire. That's who I want to have in my containers. I don't pull them in. It's not like, oh, everyone. I don't want everyone. I want the match. And in order to like allow yourself to be the match, it's important that you stand in your power. Now, if you're not really doing what you do, so you're kind of pretending your way into it. And I'm going to give you an example. And this is something where I'm really good at reading other people. So this is just what I know. When I talk to you, I just know, okay, you're this one. Like, this is who you are born to be. That's the quality I have. When I talk to you, I know. Ask Gabriella, she loved the reading. It was really good. So then the thing is, if I was a social worker, and what I used to do was like, I used to coach people, which I'm really good at. Good. Yeah, great. The truth is, Johanna is way better in coaching. I'm great at what I do now, the channeling and the ignition and the knowing and the bringing forward the new paradigms and the teaching of embodiment and all of that, right? All of those combinations. But I was doing good when I was doing my thing. I was going, when I started to do that thing, what I thought was very, very scary, which in my case was channeling, and when I started doing the real gift. So there's also something, you have either a hidden gift, which you can feel like you might be waiting for it. Like, I'm waiting for that thing to drop. I'm waiting. It's there. I have, like, I know I'm supposed to do something, but what is? And you try A and B and C. And then you're like, I can't really find it. Like, what is the thing? It's because you have still not really opened up to the mission. You have not really opened up to who you are. And if you are like me, you come to bring forward a light mission like no other. You're here on this call or listening to the replay for a reason. A lot of people are not called into this because they feel scared by the money thing or the thing. And I was even like, am I really gonna do this? What will I think? I'm doing it for the ones who understand me and who understand that it's a liberation force if we blend them. Because it asks a lot of our courage to actually blend them. It's way easier just to do the mission for free. But that's not the empowerment part. The empowerment part is when we start to blend it and we start to generate wealth in our being, but also in the physicality. And now we can impact in our world in tremendous way. We can liberate ourselves, we can liberate our families, we can liberate. And that is a powerful thing. Let's see. I have a little nose thing. What if it's not the intention to make full money with your gifts? How do I know I have to earn money with my mission and gifts? I think you know because you feel. Like if I ask Claudia, she wants to be a millionaire. I know she does. And it was like, I just want, if you want to earn great money. And is it for the money? I don't think so. It's for the liberation of yourself into the freedom that you're capable of literally creating anything. That's the thing. At the end of the day, when I had my first coach, she said, when you pass the 300K a year, you don't need anyone anymore. You don't, because you're free. For me, it's like, if I have 5,000 euros a month, I'm really good. You know, I can go on holidays. I can do my coffees. Do I really need like 700K in a year? I don't need it. I don't need it. It's not a need thing. So if you say like, if you don't have the desire, it's like creating the money, like the magnetism around money, it's a liberation thing. So some of you are on a mission to create that. It's a mission. That's why you feel so strongly called into it. Some of you don't have that mission. And is that wrong or no? It's not. Some of you are just spreading your gifts into your world, and that feels like that's it. And then it's not like, oh, now I need to. No, you don't need to do anything. But if you desire to, I'm talking to you, because I know the desire. And for a long time, I felt a lot of shame around the desire because I was like, am I greedy? Like, what's wrong with me? Until I realized it's blending the mission and blending the money, and it's an act of light. It's light alchemy happening because it's a liberation beyond anything. If you can set yourself free from money, it's a liberation like nothing else. It's even more liberating, I think, than living your mission. That's the God honest truth, because we do that anyway. We do it with the people on the street. We do it everywhere. We can't stop ourselves. So this is basically the big key to turn, to understand, and to allow yourself to come into alignment with that. I see still people are joining. Me too. I desire to be a millionaire, but what if it should be earned outright? So some of us have got really great partners like yourself, and they are the ones. Nothing wrong. We make it wrong, but because we need to earn it. No. We get to be a match with it. And it doesn't matter. Do not judge where it's coming from. Yeah, but I got this from my parents. Who cares? Maybe that's your way to liberate yourself. Oh no, but now only, see, this is old paradigm, when I earn it. But when you've been listening to me, I say it's like it's love. It's passion. I didn't say you need to work hard in order to. That's literally the old paradigm. So do not judge where it comes from. But if you want to know, how can I create a mission which I can monetize, I can teach you that. I can teach you that easily. It's just doing the things and then adding, see, that's what a lot of mentors do not say, the soul alignment piece. That's an important piece. If you do not put soul alignment in the middle, I have still food here. Thank you for that. Did you not see that? Anyway, I continue. If you don't put that soul alignment in the middle, it means nothing to us. Nothing at all. I can tell you that. because there's excitement in the soul alignment part in it. So one, money, where it comes from, it doesn't matter. But if you are the one who feels excited about unlocking the key, I wanted to do it myself. That was a desire. It was a desire for me to unlock these codes in myself. It was literally a mission for me. And I'm still on a mission. I barely started. I'm excited about it because I now see 1,000 women living their mission, liberating themselves, creating the freedom I created for myself. And I can't help myself but know, like, I know how to do it. I know how to do it. I know the soul alignment part and I know the other part. Isn't that great? Because I went through to a lot of mentors and they all taught me stuff, but they didn't teach me the magic, the alchemy. And so I was like, okay, now I need to figure out how this works for me. And now I need to figure out how this works for me. And that's actually the biggest thing, because all the strategy you can get online. Strategy, business, money, you get a lot of strategy. That's not the thing. The alchemizing of it is the thing. Let's see. So what is landing so far? Because I'm literally more telling my story because I felt like it's such an important, and I want to call in those of you who know this is you. And also, if you know, like, it's not really me, that's also okay. It's perfectly fine to tap into this energy and think like, oh yeah, this is 100% who I am. And it's also perfectly okay to say like, you know, it feels like a lot of work. This is really not my jam, because then you have a different thing going on, because it is devotion XL. But I love the devotion more than anything else. See, that's the thing. I cannot help it. Like, I found the thing in which I can just generate myself, the energy, the excitement, the co-creation. I just had my first call with my inner circle. I'm just like looking at these faces and I'm like, we're in it for a year. Like, I'm so excited. Such profound, like, exceptional women. Like, and abundance is available because they get to have access to everything. And they're like, really? Yeah. And I said, the thing I'm going to offer tonight, you're also going to get access to. And they're like, oh, yes. Let's see. Me too. Liberation equals higher vibration because you've moved yourself out of meeting basic needs. Yes. What do you mean with alchemy? Well, there's the energetics and there's the strategy. Okay. And there's how you allow it to flow through you and how you put it out into the world, which is uniquely yours. There's no one with the exact essence you have, with the exact, like, beautiful essence wants to come through. There's no one who has the exact gifts you have. There's no one who wants to live life in this way. I like my 9 months, like, I like to have it this way. I like my weekends off. I like to, like, that's uniquely me. There's no one who has like a desire for how big you want it or else, like, all of that. It's uniquely yours. So when you bring this almost vehicle into motion, what starts to happen is you start to alchemize all these things together. And then something magical starts happening, because when you allow yourself to have all of those things and be all you are, now we're there, because that's where I want to take you. I want to take you to the place where you are all that you are. I'm not, like, you saw me just picking this thing. I'm not pretending. I would also tell you, like, you know, I bought a new ring. I love it. Like, I'm me. And then I just go back to the subject and continue. This is what I do all the time, because that's who I am. I'm like, I can channel all the things. And then after that, I open my eyes and I'm like, wow. It's nice to be all of you. I love to work out in the gym, and I love to also just go to the wellness, and I love to have 4 children, and I love to cycle on my bike and bring the little one to school. You know, I love all the things. I'm not hiding anything of me. I'm not trying to make myself different, better. Like, I'm authentically me. And I realized for a long time, I tried to fit in a thing. I like to dress up, you know, but I also like to be in trekking suits. I like all the things. And so when you allow yourself to be all the things, and you allow yourself to want all the things, and you give yourself full permission to receive all the things, and you give yourself permission to express all the things, now suddenly you start to be in this playing ground, which is divine. But a lot of the times we have a lot of breaks on 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of these aspects. We do not really give ourselves permission, or we say we give ourselves permission, but we still like, it's like where we say like, but we're really happy. Do you know? I have a lot of reasons to be happy. I can tell you that. I have a beautiful family, great man, beautiful like children, 2 kittens, like I travel, like the money is like, I have a great life, but I love what I do more than what I created right now. I love the zest for the experience of being in physical form and bringing it into fruition. That's where you want to play. So I'm grateful for all that I have. And I'm always excited about more. Now I'm excited about like creating business stuff in my business, because I want to help the women to get the business into place. I want them to help to understand how the money, by sharing all the things. I want you to understand how to build a community, how to co-create and make it authentically yours. And when I taught like 4 or 5 women, like when I taught these women how to create this online thing and I saw them succeed, I'm like, I didn't really expect that. I didn't really like, I'm like, they're really doing it. Of course they do, because they're great women. And I was like, of course they do. But I was like, ooh, this is exciting. And so now I know I can teach that. I also know I can teach money. If I can make 700 in a year, would I be able to make like, to teach you how to make 100, 200? Well, that should be easy, right? I recently was like, I made 100 in 6 weeks. So I should be able to teach a person to make that in 1 year, right? And it's not, again, about the money. It's such a beautiful teacher of liberation. It just is. It's the thing what will like challenge you most in a business, because you have your gifts, and like making beautiful programs and all of that is like easy. I promise you that to teach you that is very easy. To teach you to trust yourself and to be bold and to value yourself, all of that, and to trust the money and to trust the people, to trust your clients that they, when they are ready, will jump instead of you having to, no. They will jump. They're like clever, powerful women. Do you not think like you, that if you would teach, like co-create with people like you, that they will not, like, of course they do. So you can trust the people. And when you can trust yourself and you can trust the people and you can trust your gifts, you just build. That's what I do. I build. Ever seen how many things I do? Because I'm building. I'm creating magic wherever I can. I'm creating excitement. I'm creating the things I love. And then I'm mind blown by the results, because that's how it happens when you live in divinity. I create programs and I'm like, even the frequency alchemy, I'm like, what is even happening here in this person? I didn't expect that. Wow. And I'm even more excited. I'm usually more excited when it starts, because I'm like, I could feel what it was, but now I know what it is. So when you live in that space, that's a space of adventure. It's a space of excitement. But it's not a space of how do I get the people? How will I? I'm building, I'm creating, I'm sharing, I'm doing that. And that's how the people start to, after some years, like in the inner circle, I've been watching you for 3 years. And now I feel ready. Do not think if you post stuff on social media and people do not respond that they're not watching you, because they are. They are watching you. They are just not responding, but they are watching. And then suddenly out of nowhere, someone says, I want to dive into this. I want to do this. It's because you are building and you're connected to the building and the expression of your art, like always. Does that mean you need to do it every day? No, I don't do it every day. I take days off, but I'm consistent. If you know me, you see me, I'm consistent. But am I doing it every day? No, I also have holidays, because that's part of my vision. I don't want to burn myself out. I don't want to have a great life too. I want to be a mother. I want to be a wife and a friend and a neighbor and all the things. And the beautiful thing with the art we can create is that we can do it. I realized when I'm off in the morning, this morning, I went to the gym. Then I went for a shower because I can't shower still here. So I went for a shower, which was really good. And then I walked, got my nails done, got a beautiful piece of jewelry. I went for a beautiful lunch. I looked at beautiful graphic for what I'm going to share with you today about the mastermind, which is going. I'm like, oh, this looks good. I'm excited about that. Had a beautiful one-on-one call. Went to the hospital with my daughter to pull her teeth. Had a beautiful inner circle. Now I have a good life. Can you feel how much I did all my steps? I love to do my 10,000 steps. You know, I was outside. This is the life you get to have. You really do. And I realized the more I'm able to hold this morning space for me, and I do what fills me up. And I love to walk. I love to work out. I love to have a coffee in a beautiful place. And I love to talk to my team about great stuff. I love to be inspired. And so as I do that, the only thing I have to do is have this time, put it out into the world. Of course, you need an audience, but again, that's something I can teach you. So this is the life that people like you and me are going to have. Why? Because we're wired in this way. If you allow me to do class after class after class, I've done that as a social worker, it will burn me down to the ground. I'm supposed to be happy. I'm supposed to be free and fulfilled. Not just fulfilling you, but I'm the first one to be fulfilled. So if you do that in that way, and now you add the strategies, of course, there are strategies. I have a lot of strategies. And I have simple strategies. Because the thing I do is I do one thing and I do it well, and then I put a second thing, and then I do the second thing. I started off when I had an audience with one channeled message every week. I did that for a long time. Then I'm like, I think I should go live. And I started adding that when I was ready. And it took me 2018, I had the first money, right? It's now 2022. Who cares? That's 4 years. And I literally did it faster than that. Problem? No. Because it's in a rhythm that suits you, in a pace that suits you. Can I teach you that? 100%. Only if you have the same drive. If you are looking for a quick fix, I'm not the one, because I do not believe in it. After what I've seen myself creating and doing, I do not believe it. You need to love it. Or need, but that's like, if you don't love it, it will not happen. If you're no longer excited about what you do, some of you have that going on, go higher, go broader, go deeper. Something bigger is calling you. If you are bored in what you do, or you have these people in front of you and you're like rolling your eyes, like in these years, I've been going through so many transitions, transition after transition, new people, and I felt like a piece of my heart ripped out every time. I'm like, I don't think she's the one anymore. I think I have a bigger audience. I think I have and I felt like it was a lot for my heart to hold, because it was a lot of letting go. I love them, all of them. I poured in my whole heart, and then they left through programs, or I felt no longer called to do it in this way. And people wanted me. I'm like, the only thing I can do is stay in alignment with me and hold this tremendously high standard of quality I like to hold, because that is what really makes me happy. So if you're not going too big and you're feeling bored, or you're bored by the people in front of you, it's because you do not reach high enough. It's time to buckle up and start doing something you really, really love. If you're not attracting the right people, I didn't even, like in the inner circle, right? I didn't even literally launch it. Did you see me? I just talked about it, but I didn't say, you need to be in before. I didn't, I just talked about it. And so the people came because I talked about it, but not because it's because I'm aligning with women with a bigger mission. I'm aligning with women who want more. And I'm now talking to you. And so the women who are in here, they want that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in here. It's pretty simple, right? And so I need to be willing then to let go of some of the things I've done, some of the people, some of them who are disappointed when I'm talking about money. It's true. People have, like, it's really true. People will be disappointed in me as I talk about money because now I'm not that spiritual anymore, suddenly. Like all these things happen, I just tell you. And Mount is smiling because we have great one-on-one conversations and she knows how spiritual I am, right? How gifted. And I'm into it for giving you the real thing as well, the life thing. Because I can talk spirituality all day long. I can channel everyone and everything, and I love it. And now it's time for the ones who've been watching me thinking I want that too, to actually teach you how to do it. So that's what I'm excited about. Let's see. Kat was thinking, I love the ring, the nails in the outfit, the hair, everything, including the accessories. Of course, the energy, and yes, the message. And the truth is, I actually, yes, I'm going to say the whole thing. Okay, so yesterday was a different day. It was actually pretty similar. I went for a huge walk. I talked to my sister in the beautiful cafe. And then I had to pick up the little one, but actually I had like 60 to 90 minutes, so I went shopping. And I bought myself some new clothes. And I just love, sometimes it can be physical. Am I doing that every day? No, because I don't feel like it every day. I would like, but this was just like at the best woman. I like everything. We get to have it, everything, but maybe not every day. I don't want to shop every day. It would be, no, I don't like to shop. I like to shop sometimes when I feel inspired, right? Anyway, what deeply resonates. I would paint in full flow if I didn't need to be in need of money. Love the part about not having to be the earner. Yes, full permission to want and have what I desire. Yes. What do you mean with alchemy? I talked about that. What a full day. No, but it feels like I have energy. I am not tired. I'm telling you when I was tired, when I was doing a lot of things for a lot of people that I didn't want to do. And I've done that for a long time and I still need to watch myself. Then I feel tired. This feels like, do you know, a walk in the park. After this, I get to cuddle the little one. I hope he's not asleep yet and he will share the stories about his friends. Do you know how rich that is? And then after that, my love comes home and I will pack the bags because tomorrow I will take my mom for 3 days to a beautiful island. I mean, what? And it's not to share like, oh, look at her. It's like you get to live this life in this way. And I promise you, you do not need a lot of money to live life in this way. I honestly was amazed. I thought if I want everything, I need like, no, you really don't. Like, honestly, if you make 150 a year, or you need to want to redecorate like I do and pay cash, then you need to make a little bit more. But otherwise, you can have a really good life and it's available. But it's like, you need to understand, and this is the thing, how you package things, how you make things with who you work. But that's not like, oh, let's find the ideal client. It's like, what excites me? What can I teach someone which is of the highest value? And what is a good deal for you and a good deal for me? I used to do good deals for you. And now I'm like my inner circle is the next like level thing. I love it so much because it's like literally a good deal for everyone because I get to have you in my space for a year in all the programs. So I know you get massive results and you get to have access to everything and you feel the abundance and you learn so much. And it's like a lot for little if you would like calculate. Anyway. Thank you for this beautiful energy. You are so welcome. So I love this kind of stories about shopping, sauna, and massages. Yeah, I got it. The massage was also good, right? Last week I went to the sauna, wellness. I'm actually amplifying this thing. So it's interesting. The last thing after I went for a break, I'm amplifying the self-care like intentionally. So I now like hold the mornings free and I just do it intentionally. And it's been so good because I just feel more excited and more will pop up. So it's, if you are standing in your power and into who you are, it's easy to create. It's like, I created like 3 programs in like 1 hour or something, and everything is going to be magical. But it just comes, and then it's that. Do I need to create now new? No, probably this. But when it comes, and then we do it again. This is when you create, like you live your mission, but you also monetize your mission. There's a level of excitement because if you're only giving, I promise you, and there's no return, you will be empty. So there should be this return, but is the return always coming from the one I'm giving to? No, It doesn't need to be. It just, I show up because I show up, because I love what I do so much, because I want you to succeed, because I want you to be in tune with your gifts, because I want you to feel your mission, because I want you to feel that it's possible. I was not the youngest. Later, I went in a mastermind, they were all in the 20s. I'm like, wow, I'm old, I'm 40. I'm not. If you're 60, 70, it doesn't matter. You can still bring it on. It's just, am I feeling the desire to crack the codes? Let's see. What resonates for me is the way in which you are aligned to your living flow and tap and share this by being tapped into source and being a living example. You never run out of energy. No. And if I do, I know it's because I'm leaking it in the wrong things. And if I'm honest, I'm then, for example, making myself very responsible for a lot of things. So that is what then starts to change. Anyway, these level of conversations I want to have with you more. And so I'm gonna now start making you an offer. You cannot resist. No, I'm very excited. So a couple of things are happening. So let's just share a couple of things. So you can like feel into, ooh, this is nice, this is nice, this might be nice. So what is happening right now is frequency alchemy, but that's not really business. What I feel called into is a couple of things. In 2023, I'm going to start the round table, okay? And I'm going to explain a little bit more about what it will be, because I'm excited about that. So that's like, you can step into a little bit. That will be 12 conversations over the sequence of a year, in which I will, because I realized I was sitting with my sister and I said, why? We wanted to like plan things. And I'm like, I'm really not excited about planning out things. I'm way more excited about getting inspiration. So I'm like, the planning, not so much. We know what we're going to do. And we just blend it, alchemy, right? It's not like this is the way. And so what I started to do is I started to channel all of my old coaches, anyone. I can channel anyone. And then I was like, is this really fair or am I cheating? Is this like nice? So I was talking with my tribe, like, how can I be so, like, why do they allow me to access their field so easily? And why does it not feel wrong? And they said, because you're not channeling them, you're actually channeling a level of consciousness. And so I get their level of consciousness. Only in my mind, it sounds like their voice and their, like, I just get like straight on advice, shortcuts, like they will tell me exactly. And that was so exciting to me because I got such good mentoring in that space. And I'm like, I want this space to be accessible to my people. Because if I can get this level of information, this high quality business advice, this high level strategies from those who already created it, that is fantastic because it's soul aligned. And so what the space will be is it will be a space of conversations, one every month, in which the ones who are excited about their mission come. It's not about other channeling. It's like, I want to bring my mission into manifestation. This is the energy around this place. Round table. Can you feel it? It's like, it feels so good. I actually had this thing in the retreat and it went about a round table and something like, there was something with the beings of light around, right? And I'm like, this is it, because they will assist us in taking all the high level information we need in order to create your mission and take it to a next level. So the questions will be coming from your end, okay? Your questions and deciding like, this is the one I would like to like feel into their field. And I'm just the one who channels it in and makes it more practical and applicable sometimes. So this is currently an offer which is 777 euros. For now, for the next year, you will also get access to my morning sessions. Most of my people love them, and it doesn't make sense because that's actually an 1,100 euro program, okay? So for 777 right now, this weekend, you get access to next year, 12 months of Soul with Sigrid, and also 12 sessions where this is the energy, it's mission-based. The Round Table, yeah, of King Arthur. Yeah, that was the one. It was very special. And then I was like, it came to me, I was sitting and it's like, this is the name. And it just feels like the equal but different energy. That's the one I want to, like, I want that, equal but different. I never felt very much called into the guruism and all of that. I'm like, no, it's not my thing. I'm into empowerment, embodiment. So that's the one thing. Now, the next thing, which I feel very excited about, is that I'm going to open up a mastermind. And it's interesting because after the last mastermind, I said, I don't like the name anymore. But the thing was, I didn't like it for my spiritual art. I like it for business. For business, it is great. So that's going to be the Mission and Money Mastermind. Okay? Everything we talked about. There will be weekly calls. You will have access to my sessions. You also will have access to my program, which I run, which is Summit and Sales. That is where I teach you how to build an online audience, okay? The thing is, if you start that now, you have access to the recordings, you can actually start building it now. It takes about 90 days to have it all said and done if you're just doing it in a normal pace, okay? If you take 90 days, you will have your audience. And I've seen them, if you do exactly what I described, it will work. And so that is where you build the audience. You get that for free as an add-on. Okay. I just want you to have access. I just want you to have access to everything so that you can succeed. That's literally why I want it. So that's it. And then after that, in January, we start with one weekly session, very interactive. So you might have been building an audience. You might already know your mission. You might not. You might already have, you want to package things. You want to know, like, it doesn't matter. It's like the energy is, I will guide you into that. Mission needs to be important and alchemizing the money needs to be important because that's where I know I can give you the breakthroughs, the combination of that. What is my gift? What is my gift? How can I step into my mission, make it practical in this lifetime? I'm very good at that. I actually love doing it. It's interesting. Everyone who's with me, I was just walking with the ex. I'm like, oh, we went to the hospital. I'm like, oh, he's doing breath work. I was like, you now do this, and then you can do this. I just see all that, like, I just see the potential. And I know it's available and it's doable when it comes down to the package and when it comes down to the money. Because if it's 100% soul aligned and it's good for you and it's good for the other person, it will work. That's it. It will work. So you need to be very clean in your energy and then it will work. So these calls are very much, I will share everything. What I've learned, I will give you all the shortcuts because I know a lot of shortcuts. And I've not found anyone who's teaching the soul alignment part. And that was my thing. I'm like, why is no one teaching this part? Because that's actually the most important. Any strategy will work if you like it. But if it's not aligned with who you are, it will not work. So learning how to find and apply soul aligned strategies is a big thing. Okay, so this will be 6 months. Now, I felt very excited to make it even better for you. So if you have been paying attention, I'm actually hosting a day in the Netherlands, business only. Okay, so your mission, personal channeling, all of that, right? That will be, I think, on the 14th of December in here where I live in Leeuwarden, and I will see you face to face. So I will give you over this weekend one additional bonus. The day itself is 1,100 euros, okay, just for you to understand. You can either pick that one or you can pick the round table one as a bonus, okay? So what we have now is, if you feel called into bringing your mission and money into the world, I want you to succeed. So the mastermind combined with the summit, you don't have to, but you can. Some of you already have people. I'm going to be very honest. I'm not teaching you how to build a physical audience. I teach you how to do that online. That's my gift. I'm not capable of doing that in the real world. If you have a real world audience, you can also come, okay? But this is not something, I'm not teaching you how to network and do all of that, because I think it's like, that's just not my thing. It takes too long. I like bigger leaps. But if you have already in practice, you can come in as well, okay? Just for you to understand. But that's not what I do in this mastermind. I teach you the online components, everything. You can pick my mind, you can pick my channeling abilities when it comes down to your mission, your business, to the creation, the packaging, the money, everything, the team, the structure, how I set everything up. Do you know, it was interesting because what started happening in the Summit in Sales is that people started to use my emails. And they got replies because I taught them exactly after 10 summits, this is how you do it. And this is how it's, and they got all like replies. So professional, you're organizing. I'm like, thank you. This was really good. So if I give you my templates, of course it's easier because you don't need to figure out like me, which one is working and what is not. I will give you access to everything because I want you to succeed, right? And so then on top of that, you can choose a bonus. 1 day intimate with me and other women like yourself, or the round table. Okay, so in total, the mastermind will be 5,555 euros. That includes the package where you get the day for 1,100, or you get the other one, and it also includes the Summit in Sales, which is 2,200 euros separate. You can also, if you're already in one of my programs and you're like, okay, I just want it all, this is like, you can also upgrade to the inner circle. Okay, that might also be the thing, because right now, and this is to celebrate the inner circle, everything is access to the inner circle. So my inner circle also gets the access. Either the one VIP, they know if you're in the inner circle, you have access to all the programs, but you also get access to either the retreat on Ibiza or 4 sessions with me personally, 30 minutes. That's a 10,000 euro package, but that gives you access to like my embodiment programs, my frequency alchemy, my business programs, everything. All my activation programs, that's like literally the carte blanche. It's very good. So I am very excited to welcome you in because I know this will change a lot of lives. I just can feel this strongly. So if you feel called, you have questions, you want to know more, this package like this, I'm offering until this weekend, okay? So Monday, this will not come back. I might do different bonuses, but not this one. And I'm just telling you, it's a really good deal. If this is what you want to come and play. And also, the sooner you decide, I can give you already access to the Summit in Sales. And then I will, if you're not in it, also already give you access to my five morning sessions in the week, because I want you to already come and join my space. Some of you are already in it. Maybe you want to upgrade, you want to choose this. Let's see. Is it also for boosting your business online and physical? I think the alignment part is also, yes. And I think it's like, if you want to, like, you need to look at me, okay? If you want to know, like, is this for me? You look at me. Do I want to create a business similar? Can I use this? I can talk about money. We can talk about packaging. We can talk about magnetism, all the things. But this is what I do. It's online, it's programs. But if you're a coach and you're doing physical stuff, of course you can use it. But you will know, do I feel called into this energy? Do I feel, if I'm in this space, that I'm actually accelerating it? Because I will give you literally everything. If you know me, I'm like that. I just want you to succeed. I really, really do. And I also feel things can be so much faster. Things can be so much faster. Like it took me 4 years. It just really does not need to be, because I know like this you don't need to do, or this you need to focus on, and this, let's go. I know all the like behind the scenes stuff. I have the app, like all of the things. I just know what is effective and what you need and what you don't need. For example, you don't need a website. You don't need the cards. You don't. You can sell without all of that. If you love it, you can. So I will make your life a whole lot easier, because I will share exactly this is what you need. You need to have an audience. So let's build one. Or if you have one, let's create interaction with that one. Are there questions, or have I been like clear? And are you excited? I'm very excited about this. It feels so good. Let's see. Are there questions? Just checking. Yeah, Ute, that's my idea. Mission, bring it on, 60 plus. Doesn't matter, right, Ute? Let's go. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And so if you have questions about anything, send an email. If you want to join and you already know, send an email. It's pretty straightforward. If you're like, I still have a couple of questions, send an email. We either reply to you, or if you want to have a call, Johanna will have a call. We explain to it. But we want the emails in before Sunday. After that, it's no longer like I need to draw a line somewhere. I learned that as well. So the line is that. And then the other line is next Friday, okay? So if Johanna is unable to have all the calls this week, we have them next week. And then Friday is like the payment line, just to be very clear, okay? So if you already know, you just come in. If you have questions, I want to give you space to have questions so you can make a very aligned decision. If this is you, I feel a little small. You really sound like Superwoman. I first continue, but Divine Wealth Empowerment do you share? And next year, well, yes. And then the question is, I know you are capable of so much more. And so it's not about comparison, because when I was in the mastermind with a coach who made 25 million, I was like, well, that is literally Superwoman. I don't know what she's doing. This is doable, Claudia. This is doable. I know you. I know your level of leadership. This is doable. And you walk your own pace. So you can also just decide, no, I'm in this, like I'm in the Divine Wealth Empowerment. I'm in the Accelerator. This feels good. You can just decide. And you can also allow it to marinate. That's also a thing. Yeah, that's your personality part. You are also great. 100%. If you are here, like I want you to get, I was the one who was here. And I was like, I don't know if I will ever be able to do this. Like, I had the same thoughts, but then I was like, but if not now, then when? That was the thing. And for me, I had my girls. So I'm like, you better buckle up. But why are you not a good reason to move? You don't need 2 daughters to start moving. That's just something what happened to me before I started realizing I'm worthy to be all in. If that's what you want. But if it's not what you want, you don't. But fear is not the right guidance. Fear is not. Making yourself small is based on fear. I want the greatness, which is you, to bring her forward because she's clearly here. And she wants to have a seat at the table. And there's no reason to stand behind the chairs and wait until someone stands up, because you need to take position and you need to take the seat on the table, because no one else will do that for you. And if you wait, you can wait forever. I'm just telling you how it is. I'm not forcing you into one of my programs at all. I just want you to say it as it is. You are here, and that means you want and you deserve and you are worthy of a seat on the table. Period. Full stop. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening. You wouldn't be here because you have the desire. You're called into this space. And so, of course, you will think like, I cannot do it. Well, no, maybe not in 6 months, but I will teach you all the things and you will understand it. And you will move and you will make progress. And then in 4 years now, you're like, I know you told me. I said, yeah, and I'm so great you started instantly, because now in 4 years' time, you're there. You can also wait, and then we're there in 5, 6, 10 years. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. But waiting is not necessarily the best thing. It just isn't. Waiting does not get you there. If it's okay, again, I live like in choosing. If it's in your vision, it's a good choice. Fear is never a good choice. If it's in your vision and you feel the resistance, move. But if it's not your vision to run a business, and it's not your vision to create impact, and it's not your vision to monetize your mission, do not come. Just enjoy your life in different ways and live your mission in your way. This is what it is. But if it's your vision, it's time to buckle up. Depending on what your vision, no one can decide it. You only know that. Otherwise, it's time to buckle up. And otherwise, it's like, no, this is my thing. And that's perfectly okay. That's alignment. Alignment is not, You seem like Superwoman. I also have my human moments. I can tell you that. You know that. I tell you that. But I just want to be very clear because I do not want you to, because I'm sharing all the things, I'm sharing it because I know I can support you. That's the only reason. Anyway, yeah. Because actually, I think you are an excellent candidate. And your other lovely one is too. But you need to decide. You know, I can decide for you, so I will not decide. Sometimes I'm like, it takes a while. And after years, I'm like, oh, finally, you're there. Thank God. Here she is. And I'm completely honoring the process. I mean, there's nothing in that. Anyway, I love you all so much. This was delightful. What did you get out of today? Maybe let's see what you get out of today. Let's see if you want to share anything. One word is also good. One word is also good. Inspiration. Oh, you're so welcome, Gabrielle. Yeah, you're so welcome. Did you enjoy, like, we talked about master classes. This is way more fun, right? Just to talk. To talk. Excitement, yes. Inspiration. Check the replay. Yes, I love it. Yeah, it's so much fun. This is it. You get to live it in this way. Like, it's fun for me to be with you. It's not like, oh, I'm like super excited after some full-blown energy. Yeah. Anyway, I love you all so much. Now I need to find a way to allow you to unmute themselves. I think it worked. Can you unmute yourself so we can say goodbye? Yeah. Yes. Talk to you really soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye, love. Bye-bye.
Bye.